my name is JT Griffin here for CNN News, and today we have a very special guest, the 50th President of our United States, Ahiya Yates. But before he joins us today, I want to talk a little bit about his party, the Republican Party. The Republican Party was started by Thomas Jefferson in the early days of America. He started this party to get away from those nasty Federalists. Even though Thomas Jefferson wasn't a true Republican, he laid the framework for our amazing party. In 1854, our party was reborn in a small Michigan schoolhouse by a group of people trying to abolish slavery. This is called the Grand New Party because it was the start of a new era for the Republicans. Thank you. The time you've all been waiting for. I'm here to introduce the 50th President of our United States, Mr. Ahiya Yates.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Nice to see you, Ahiya. Now, Ahiya, you're here to talk about the death penalty today.
That is correct.
What are the Republican views on the death penalty?
Well, the Republican views are that the death penalty should be legal.
Okay, and why is that?
Well, for example, Republican states have more prisoners executed than Democratic states. As this example demonstrates, Republicans support the death penalty, which is when someone is executed for doing bad, such as grand theft, murder, even terrorism.
And what can you say about people that have proven innocent but have still been put on death row?
Well, Jonathan, as people should not be there at the time when the murder is happening, or say if it's terrorism. Anybody can get executed for that because someone might think that the other person is a terrorist when the person might not be at all.
It's like putting yourself in like a bad situation.
Yeah, exactly.
So kids, make good friends.
Don't do drugs.
And what can you say about other parties' beliefs on this? Because I know this is a very, very strong topic that people feel very strongly about.
You are correct about that. The Democrats and other parties believe that life is valuable and shouldn't be executed for crime. Well, in our stance, you should be executed if you've done something bad, like kill a child. That is the most dumbest thing that anybody can do, even if you are crazy.
And now, Mr. President, I know you do have some Democratic beliefs.
I do. That is correct.
So what is your stance on this platform?
Well, I believe with everyone else who are in Republican, because death penalty should be allowed in
But they have to be extreme crimes, right?
They have to be extreme crimes. Like grand theft is the highest theft that there is.
Yeah.
So if you do that, then you should be executed for your crime, such as terrorism. You should be executed for that, even if the person is not innocent or may not or is. But sometimes you've been putting yourself in a bad situation. That's what you get.
Thank you for your time today, Mr. President.
You're welcome, Jonathan.
Jonathan Todd Griffin from CNN signing off. Remember, you heard it here first. Thank you.
And welcome to CNN News Today with your former president, Mr. Yates. I am pursuing a dream job that I had, that I was going to have when I was a kid, but never got to it. But we're not here to talk about that today. We're here to talk about presidents interviewing presidents, a new subject that I was making up. Well, that I did make up. And so we're going to be interviewing Ms. Breonna Griffin, our new president. But before we do that, I'm going to take a little bit of your time to talk about when it was made. Well, the Republican Party was made. Well, the Republican Party was made during March 20th, 1854. The upper Midwestern states came together to found a new party. That new party was named the Republican Party. Have any of you guys wondered why we have that elephant for our picture? I will tell you why. The elephant for the Republican Party was made of a cartoonist in the cartoon that appeared in Harper's Weekly in 1874. Ness drew a donkey clothed clothed in lion skin, scaring away all the animals at the zoo. One of those animals, the elephant, was labeled the Republican vote. That's all it took for the elephant to become associated with the Republican Party. And we'll be back. And welcome back to CNN News Today. We are going to be introducing the 51st President, Miss Brianna Griffin.
Thank you, President Yates.
So how does it feel to be the first woman?
It's an honor to be the first woman president because we've been trying to have a woman president for a really long time, and yeah.
Nothing's been going through until
Yeah.
now. That's a good thing. How is your stance on the Republican Party?
Well, I'm going to be talking about education today on the Republican Party.
Ooh.
And the Republicans believe that we should go into more private schools, private training schools, technical institutions, and community colleges. And they also believe that schools should be more diverse and we should incorporate different races into our schools.
Wow. We should do that, shouldn't we? Okay. Explain your example.
Well,
Why should this
an
all
example, President Bush, a very good president, said in a speech about education, "We must stop prejudging children based on their race, ethnicity, or household income, and all kids can learn." So he's basically just saying that every kid has the right to an education, they should all be able to go to school, and we should combine all the schools.
That is true. Black people and white people should go to the same school without
Yeah.
having to be racial names. Just how Martin Luther King said that in 1965. Okay. Give an example why they should happen. Like, why should other parties... Some parties don't say the same thing, do they?
Yeah, the Democrat doesn't believe in private education. They want to put more money into building more public schools, making public schools better, and stuff like that.
When I was a kid, I went to a private school. I liked it way better than the public school. That's
Welcome to CNN News. I'm President Brianna Griffin. Remember when I was interviewed by President Yates? Well, this time we're going to continue presidents interviewing presidents, and I'm going to be interviewing our new president, Mr. Jonathan Todd Griffin. And today we're going to talk about the Republican Party, some background information on it. The Republican Party is very technical, and we have a website. The Republican Party website is www.gop.com. On this website, you can do many things. You can look at trending topics, certain Republican beliefs, take surveys and polls, read blogs, and even shop for Republican apparel. So you can get a shirt that says, "Vote for JT Griffin." Also, an interesting thing you can do is sign petitions for the Republican Party. The Republican Party has many slogans. The slogans say many things. Some slogans show hatred toward other presidents, like Roosevelt for ex-president or Washington couldn't, Grant wouldn't, and Roosevelt shouldn't. Also, some show what Republicans think, like country first or deal and its reckless spending. 4 to 6 current delegates from our party. The Republican Party has one of the 2 main parties in the USA, so there's a lot of people in it. There are many delegates in this party. Some of them are George W. Bush, he was a past one, Dick Cheney, which he's the vice president, Sarah Palin, which is a female politician, Arnold Schwarzenegger, politician, former California governor, and Ronald Reagan, the former 40th president. So as you can see that there's a lot of Republican people. And the first Republican president was actually Abraham Lincoln, the 16th president of the United States. Also, a lot of people say GOP as the Republican Party. The Republican Party is often called that because it stands for Grand Old Party. The name goes back to 1875 when it meant Gallant Old Party. So enough with the Republican Party. Time to see JT Griffin after the break. Welcome to CNN News. I'm your former president, President Brianna Griffin. Without further ado, here's the new president, the 52nd President Jonathan Todd Griffin.
Nice to see you today.
So, what party will you be representing?
I'm a part of the Republican Party, and today I will be talking about gun laws under Republican views.
What are the Republican views on gun laws?
Well, Republicans just believe that everyone has the right to bear arms as stated in the Second Amendment, but those rights do come with some laws, such as you must show that you are over 18 years old and have an ID, such as driver's license, to purchase a shotgun. And if you're purchasing a handgun, you must be over 21 years of age.
So, do you have any more examples of the Republican Party's beliefs?
Well, Mitt Romney, my mentor, he says he does not believe in a one-size-fits-all gun policy, as I don't either. And he believes that we use guns for many different things, such as hunting, law enforcement, self-protection. Even we send guns off to our military all the time. And we need to adjust these policies based on what you're using these guns for.
Okay, so now that we've gotten a look at the Republican Party, what does the Democrat Party think about this? Because I know they're your opposing party.
Well, the Republican Party, the Democratic Party, really believes in 21st century technology. This means that some Democrat delegates are pushing for 3D printing technology, which would allow citizens to print handguns at their own risk. This is completely dangerous. I would not recommend this to anybody.
So, do you agree with the Democrat or Republican Party?
I agree with the Republican Party because, well, I just think that if something is broke, do not fix it. And this gun policy has been in effect since the early 1800s. And I think we are stronger. Our nation is stronger because of it.
Okay, thanks for joining me today, Jonathan.
Nice to see you.
Thanks. Remember, you heard it first here.
We the